tonight, a mother is accused of shooting her. The Brazoria County Sheriff's Office says the children were found yesterday at a gas station in Angleton after they say the mother called them.
Brazoria County deputies responded to an unthinkable, unimaginable tragedy. This event has shaken our community, and we are all feeling the loss.
Why would a mother call 911 after shooting her own children? That's the haunting puzzle investigators in Angleton, Texas, are still trying to piece together. On October 4th, at exactly 4:48 a.m., a 31-year-old woman named Oninda Romelus made a quiet, chilling 911 call. She didn't scream or panic. She just asked deputies to meet her at a gas station near Highway 288B. When officers arrived minutes later, they walked into a scene that froze time. Inside a gray vehicle sat 4 children. All had been shot. 2. A 13-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl were gone before help could reach them. The other 2, aged 8 and 9, were rushed by air to a Houston hospital, fighting for their lives. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. Authorities say the shooting didn't happen at the gas station. It happened somewhere else, a yet unknown location that Oninda allegedly left behind before driving her children's wounded bodies to that gas station. At the scene, deputies found a firearm believed to have been used in the shooting. Oninda stood near the car, silent, almost numb. She didn't resist arrest. She didn't say much. Just watched the flashing lights reflect off the car where her children lay. By sunrise, she was booked into the Brazoria County Jail, charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Her bond, $14 million. The big question now: why? Neighbors say the family seemed quiet. No reports of loud fights. No history of violence. But online, a strange detail surfaced. Oninda once appeared on the TV show Paternity Court. That's what sparked new speculation. Could a long battle over her children's paternity or personal struggles have pushed her over the edge? Investigators are digging into her mental health, her relationships, and what might have happened before that 911 call. And as 2 children fight for their lives in Houston, the community of Angleton is left with the chilling truth. Sometimes, the people we least expect can hide the darkest storms. So, what really happened that night? The truth might be even more disturbing than anyone imagined. Headlines: before the flashing police lights. Oninda Romelus was known as a quiet mother trying to hold her family together. Neighbors in Angleton described her as soft-spoken and polite, the kind of woman who smiled at everyone but kept her world private. She had 4 children, close in age, and was often seen walking them to the bus stop or loading groceries into the back of her car. She looked tired sometimes, one neighbor said, but she was always with her kids, always. To many, she seemed like any other hard-working single mom. She had moved to Angleton from Montgomery County not long ago, seeking what she called a fresh start, a new town, a new home, and maybe a chance to rebuild her peace. But behind that quiet exterior, something heavier was brewing. Friends later shared that Oninda had been struggling for months. One described her as mentally drained, but pretending to be okay. She was reportedly juggling long work hours, caring for 4 children, and dealing with financial and emotional strain. Those close to her said she sometimes posted cryptic messages on social media, things about feeling lost, trying to be strong, and not knowing who to trust. A few weeks before the tragedy, one friend recalled seeing a post that read, "Sometimes love is the thing that breaks you." No one thought much of it then. What few people knew was that Oninda had once appeared on the TV show Paternity Court. The episode revealed deep conflict. She had been unsure who the father of her child was, torn between 2 men, both accusing each other and her of betrayal. The episode ended in chaos when the judge revealed that neither man was the biological father. The truth shocked everyone, but more than that, it humiliated Oninda. After that, friends say, something in her changed. She became more withdrawn, sometimes irritable, and rarely answered calls. One neighbor said, she used to laugh with her kids outside. Lately, you just hear silence. There were whispers of a mental health decline, anxiety, depression, perhaps guilt. But no one imagined it would come to this. She was a mother loved by her children, described as gentle but strict. Her oldest son, 13, was protective of his younger siblings. They adored her, said a relative. She was their whole world. Now, that same world had collapsed in a way no one could understand. How did a woman once fighting for love on national TV end up accused of killing her own children? The question haunts everyone who knew her because by all accounts, there were warning signs. But no one saw the storm coming. In the early hours of Saturday, October 4, 2025, a mother's quiet desperation culminated in an unfathomable act. Oninda Romelus, 31, called 911, calmly directing deputies to a gas station near Highway 288B in Angleton, Texas. Upon arrival, officers discovered 4 children inside a vehicle, all with gunshot wounds. 2 13-year-old Ocario Covington and 3-year-old Amura Chappelle were pronounced dead at the scene. The surviving 8-year-old boy and 9-year-old girl were airlifted to a Houston area hospital and are currently in stable condition. PeoplesCom+1 surveillance footage revealed Romulus at the gas station, where she had pumped $56 worth of gas into her vehicle before deputies approached. Inside the car, the lifeless body of her 13-year-old son was found in the passenger seat, while the other children were in the back, suffering from gunshot wounds. During her interview, Romulus made disturbing statements, including that her children were with the devil and that she had called the devil instead of 911. She also expressed that her children were dead to her and that she was ready to work, though the context of this remark remains unclear. While the exact motive remains under investigation, authorities have noted that Romulus had previously appeared on the reality TV show Paternity Court to determine the paternity of her son. Additionally, she had a prior arrest in Georgia in 2022 for misdemeanor DUI of drugs, failure to maintain lane, and possession of marijuana. Fox 26 Houston. This tragic event has left the community in shock and raised questions about the underlying factors leading to such a devastating act. As investigations continue, authorities are working to understand the full scope of the circumstances surrounding this incident. When dawn broke over Angleton that Saturday morning, flashing red and blue lights lit up the small gas station off Highway 288B. What had happened inside that vehicle stunned even the most seasoned officers. Brazoria County Sheriff Bo Stallman stood before reporters later that day, his voice heavy. "It's impossible to make sense of something like this," he said. "We're doing everything we can to seek justice for these children." Behind his words, the weight of disbelief was clear. Even law enforcement accustomed to tragedy struggled to process the scene they'd just witnessed. The investigation began immediately. Detectives from the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office, along with Texas Rangers, worked through the morning to trace Oninda Romelus's movements and mental state before the shooting. Court documents painted a chilling picture. During questioning, Romulus reportedly made bizarre statements saying her children were with the devil and that she had called the devil instead of 911. Authorities said her tone shifted between calm and detached, as if she were drifting between reality and confusion. Police began reviewing her background and history for any signs of mental distress. According to public records, Romulus had faced past legal issues, including a 2022 arrest in Georgia for DUI and marijuana possession. But friends say the woman they knew wasn't violent, just tired, overworked, and struggling to keep things together. Investigators also confirmed she once appeared on Paternity Court, a detail that reignited speculation about her personal and emotional life. While police have not linked the TV appearance directly to the shooting, many online have pointed to the humiliation and social pressure she may have faced afterward. Child Protective Services (CPS) was immediately called in to take over care for the 2 surviving children, who remain in stable condition at a Houston hospital. CPS is now working closely with medical teams and family members to ensure they receive counseling and protection. Meanwhile, the community of Angleton is reeling. Outside the gas station, mourners have left teddy bears, candles, and handwritten notes, one reading simply, "We failed to see the pain. Neighbors described feeling a mix of heartbreak and guilt. "She looked like any mom trying her best," one woman said. "If she was struggling, none of us knew how bad it was." As the investigation continues, one question echoes through the town: how could this happen? And beneath that question, how many other mothers are silently breaking down scene before tragedy strikes. In the days after the shooting, Angleton has been wrapped in silence. The small Texas town that once saw Oninda Romelus walking her children to school now sees only flowers and flickering candles by the gas station. 4 children, 1 mother, and a community left asking why. Experts say this tragedy exposes a deeper issue: the quiet collapse of parents who suffer in silence. Dr. Melissa Howard, a family therapist in Houston, said something that stayed with many. When a mother loses her grip on hope, it doesn't happen overnight. It builds stress, shame, exhaustion, until her mind breaks under the weight. Online reactions are mixed. Some express anger, calling it unforgivable. Others express sorrow, wondering what kind of pain could drive a mother to such darkness. One comment read, "She didn't just kill her children. She was already dead inside long before that night." As reporters dig deeper, the story has become a painful reminder that mental health struggles often hide behind smiles and filtered photos. Friends recall Oninda's online posts, tired words, veiled cries for help that no one took seriously. "We thought she was venting," one said. "Now, I wish I had called her." The surviving children remain in stable condition, surrounded by care and protection. But for them, recovery will mean more than healing from injuries. It will mean learning to live with a loss they may never fully understand. And for the rest of us, it's a moment to look closer at the people around us. The tired faces at school pickups, the quiet parents at the grocery store, the ones who say, "I'm fine," when they're anything but. Because sometimes, the signs are there, we just don't see them until it's too late. 4 lives changed forever by one mother's breaking point. What do you think pushes someone to this edge? Is it pain, pressure, or something even deeper? Share your thoughts below. And if you care about stories that speak truth, tragedy, and the hidden side of human struggle, subscribe for more.